nothing. It does nothing. Okay. I have a lot of notes. I'm really excited. So earlier today, um, we did hair tip Tuesday, and I was just talking, got really excited, and this morning was amazing. It was a lot of people here asking questions, giving great information. I really do appreciate it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go again because I had to get up off of here and go to work. So I had to go to work. So I was just like, you know what is happening? This is so exciting. And seriously, if you are looking to support this channel and you want to add beauty care into your lifestyle, you should definitely grab your shirt, your What is Happening shirt. I will leave it in the description box after I post this live. I'm really excited because today I have a lot of things that I want to talk about and I want to go over, and I want people to really think about it when it comes to just overall beauty care. Beauty care is a holistic approach of taking care of your overall well being as well as your appearance. And then you have your hair, your skin, and your body. And today we're going to be talking about hair care, adding hair care into your lifestyle. So it's really important to understand that everyone, when it comes to straight waves, curls, and coils, needs moisture and hydration. They go together real bad. And I do say that a lot, but I really just wanted to be known that that's what happens. They do. They go together real bad. And I think it's really important to maintain your hydration so you can keep that moisture. So, when it comes to porosity, a lot of people talk about porosity. However, here I'm going to talk about porosity in levels. And when it comes to porosity in levels, I have three levels. I have porosity when it comes to the products and your density. You have porosity when it comes to your heat and chemicals, and that's level two. So your chemicals and your heat is level two porosity. And then you have level three porosity, which is kind of like internal. So if you are taking medicine, if you're going to the doctor, that plays a really big part in your hair as well. So I really just want to break it down to where we're going to be mostly talking about level one porosity, because level one porosity, you could change your product. You can do different things to your hair to actually get your hair to be that mid porosity, that healthy porosity that you need. You can have high porosity, you can have low porosity. And to be honest with you, porosity isn't really a bad thing. However, you can make sure that your hair is really holding that moisture like it should be. And so I just want to put it out there like this. You have low porosity, you have high porosity, you have mid porosity. And mid porosity is is the is in the middle and is healthy. High porosity you can equate to, I equate it personally to oily hair. I equate low porosity to dry hair. And that's just on the surface level of level one porosity. So I have some notes here. Hi, how are you? I have some notes here, so I'm going to be going over my notes. If you have any questions about your hair or you're just interested in taking care of your hair, you can throw them in the chat. I'll write them down and I'll talk about them. That's good. I was here earlier today and then I was just like, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back and I'm going to just chit chat. So, the first thing I do want to let everyone know is that when it comes to the intro of hair care, your fingers are your first tool when it comes to taking care of your hair. So, you want to make sure that you have a relationship with your hair, regardless of if your hair is straight, wavy, curly, or coily. You want to be able to really take the time to get to know your hair. Like, it is okay to just like touch your scalp and get to know your scalp with the palms of your fingers. That is really, really important, because if you are sitting in someone's chair and you're like feeling uncomfortable and they're touching your hair, you don't know anything about your own hair because you're sitting in somebody else's chair and they're dealing with your hair. And in fact, like before I got on here, I saw this video where this young lady, she was talking about how There's a lot of stylists that don't know how to take care of the natural hair. And when it comes to natural hair, I just want to put this out here. Natural hair comes from your scalp, right? Everybody has natural hair. What happens is we get into these categories of putting people in putting hair in different categories when the truth of the matter is we definitely all have hair. However, it's about the definition and the styles that we use. So for instance, let's just talk about the natural. When it comes to natural, it's coming directly out of your scalp. So when it comes out of your scalp, what does it look like? Okay, well, you have a great night. Enjoy your bedtime. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. So when it comes directly out of your scalp, what does it look like? Is it straight? Is it wavy? Is it curly? Is it coily? So those are the things that I feel like we should first find out. If you don't know because you are manipulating your pattern of hair or you're like blow drying your hair, and that's heat. So I want to talk about that really quickly. I want to say that heat manipulates the pattern of your hair. So your hair is no longer natural because you didn't manipulated the pattern of your hair. So you once had what, straight hair, and now you got like this wavy hair because you done manipulated the pattern of your hair and it's not doing exactly what it's supposed to do because it's too dry, or it's just like it's having a hard time getting back to where what it used to look like. Or you have coily hair and your hair is not doing what it used to do. It just looks straight and just like straggling. It's a straggle strand. That's what I like to call them. It looks sad. So it's just like I don't know what my hair used to be because I'm always blow drying. I want you to understand that blow drying your hair is just it's only for assistance. That doesn't mean that you just need to take that blow dry and just be like, I'm trying to dry my hair, but you're not even drying your hair correctly because you only got the blow dry on this side and you're blow drying right here. Hi, how are you? You're just blow drying under here. You're not getting your whole entire head. So when you blow dry, you're like blow drying in the back of your head, and then the rest of your hair is air drying. So now you got one style in the back and something going on in the front. So like those are the things that we really have to, give ourselves time and admit like, okay, well, I don't do the same thing that I do in the back and the front. Is that true? So if that's true, then we need to fix that. And I think when it comes to fixing that, that means sections by section. And when it comes to section by section, it's just based off of how long your hair is. So if your hair is short, you want to do 4 sections. If your hair is medium, you want to do six sections. If you have longer hair, you want to do 8 sections. You want to be able to control your hair when you have those sections. So overall, I think it's really important to make sure section off your hair. And I have notes, so I'm just like going through the motions. So when you have the ability to section off your hair, oh, I left that on my other notes. So when you have the ability to section off your hair, that gives you the opportunity to pay attention to the type of products that you have. So I like to say that when you are using like creams and butters, you want to use between a nickel and a quarter size. When you're using oils, I say you want to use like a dime size. You don't want to use that much, and you want to make sure that you rub your hands together and just really you're able to pull your hair, go through your hair with your fingers, and you can, mash your fingers together to where you're like touching just that section. And so my hair is actually put up, and I had some satin rollers on. So I just was like, I'm gonna put this on my head as I'm talking today because I really don't want to show what's going on with my hair. It's nothing really. I just flat twist my hair this morning, and then I put my satin rollers on. I let them sit for a minute, and they're just curly because I'm gonna do a twist out. I'm gonna take my hair down probably Thursday. I think. I don't know. But I like a good twist out. So I like to make sure that my hair is completely dry. And that's another thing, like just doing a twist out and making sure that your hair is completely dry. So I think that that is really important when it comes to the twist out. The first time I did my twist out, it was awful. Not only was it awful, but some of my hair was still wet, and we had pictures, and I was just so hurt. In fact, I didn't even do a twist out. I did a braid out, and that was even worse. It just hurt my soul because it was like wavy and then it was kind of straight, and I was like, oh, what is happening? I couldn't believe it. It was it was so sad. It was sad. My feelings were definitely hurt. But then I realized like my pattern of hair goes better with a twist out versus a braid out. Now I could do a braid out, and I think that that's something that's really important as well. Like doing a braid out versus a twist out. Like somebody with wavy hair and zigzag coily hair could do a braid out, and it's more defined. So that's something that I pay attention to because I like my twist out to be defined. And I know we all like our hair to be defined and to look smooth and sleek, but that hydration and moisture is what's going to really break that down. So when I talk about hydration and moisture, I just really want to put that out there that it goes hand in hand. So hydration is water. Your moisture is like your lotion and your oil. And you want to make sure, like, because I know they got the lock method, lotion, oil, cream, right? We all used to do that, especially back in the natural phase. But it doesn't matter about the natural phase. It's basically how you're making sure that your hair has hydration and moisture, and everybody should have that: straight, waves, curls, or coils. Now here's the part where I haven't heard anybody say anything about it. But your hair is determined based on your density. So your density is hairs per square inch. So if you have fine hair, you're not going to put a handful of shampoo in your hair. It's not going to work for you. Hi, how are you? You want to make sure that you have a smaller amount because you have fine hair. Your hair, you don't have that much hair on your head. How are you doing, Nisi? When you have mid to high density hair, that's a little bit different. So my hair is mid to high density. A lot of people that have high density hair, they have so much hair on their head. Like hairs per square inch is the density of your hair. But we don't talk about that. We like to say, oh, my hair is thick. And then you have somebody that has fine hair saying that their hair is thick when their hair is not thick. They have coarse hair that's fine. So those are like things that are just like floating around that people are missing. I'm glad you're doing good. Your live was so fun, and I didn't know nothing. I wish I had like a soundboard so I can laugh because that's funny. I didn't know anything. But and I'm gonna break it down. So when it comes to the texture of hair, and I said this earlier, the texture of hair is the width of an individual hair strand, fine, medium, or coarse. So when you have coarse hair, that is your texture. And a lot of people, and some people that have fine hair might have coarse hair, and they're just like, my hair is so thick. Your hair is just coarse. When it comes equating thickness to high density, that makes a big difference. So I have a client who actually has coarse high density hair, and I've shown pictures of him a little bit, and I'm going to use him as an example because this is something that happens to a lot of people. So when you have high density hair with coarse hair, and then you're shampooing your hair just once a month because that's the routine that you have, you're missing out on a lot. Because you have that high density hair, you want to make sure that the moisture and the moisture is every week. And so like if you're like, well, this is just my once a month. This is my once a month. You have to be able to guide yourself into doing your hair once a month. And that's like one of my other clients that I have. She's a curly girl, and she's like every 3 weeks. And she's every 3 weeks because we have made it a regimen so that she can actually have that hydration and moisture. And I think that is huge for everybody, regardless of if you have straight, waves, curls, or coils. You want to make sure that you have that hydration. And I'm going to say your shampoo days. So it's winter time now. So wintertime is totally different from summer, totally different from spring, so totally different from fall. So in the wintertime, how often are you shampooing your hair? I mean, I'm sure you're not going outside with your hair wet. You better not be, because you're gonna catch pneumonia in the ear. You're gonna just be like, oh, it's too much because your hair is wet. So there are different things that you have to do, and this is part of the reason why I said that the blow dryer is just to assist. I can't see the chat. Hold on, let me see. There, I can see it now. Because at first I couldn't see it. I was like, what? What happened to the chat? So, this is what I'm gonna recommend every other week. I was talking to someone earlier today. They were saying that they shampoo their hair twice a week. It's cold, so you should move it to once a week, and then implement different products that will help you keep that hydration and moisture. So that's why there are different products. Like you have certain mists that you spray. So instead of, you want to make sure that you're getting your scalp, you're combing your scalp, and you're wrapping your hair, and you're doing all of the things that helps with that. And I just think that that's really important. So moving your shampoo days, and on top of that, like, it's dry. Like the wintertime, you're dry. So one of the things that you could do is, this is why I have my wrap on my hair. Like, you shampoo and condition your hair and do all of the things. You could put something on your head to protect your hair, and depending on what it is, so like a silk scarf, a bonnet. This is actually not silk. This is more like cotton almost. So that's part of the reason why sometimes my stuff is fuzzy, because I put this on right away. But my hair is dry now, so I just put this on because I was just like, I don't want to go on looking like a baby, and I can't find my little bow to my bonnet, because I would just wear my little bow and my bonnet and just talk to you guys because it's late. It's my bedtime. But I wanted to come on here and just really just talk about Hair Tip Tuesday, and give all of the information, because I just see so many things that are just, it's kind of like misinformed, are uneducated, and it's just like, we need to do more, so that you can understand that it is okay to find somebody that you trust to actually trim your ends. And I seen someone say a trim is a haircut. Now, when it comes to me and actually having consultation, having hair analysis, I like to say that I have three types of cuts. I have a dusting, I have a trim, and I have a style, which is a cut, right? So when it comes to the dusting is like if you're wearing your fro, if you're rocking your fro, and you pick out your fro and you just clean it up. That's more of a dusting. I used to do that to Malia from time to time when she would wear her fro. If you are looking for a trim is about a half an inch, no more than that. And that's just me personally. I can't speak for anybody else. That's just me. So when it comes to a haircut, that's 1 or more inches. And I say that because there's no reason in the world that if you're sitting in someone's chair and you're consistent on your routines, you should be getting your hair cut. You should have an inch taken off every time. Now, when it comes to translucent hair, and I'm gonna talk about translucent hair because I see a lot of people that have translucent hair. Um, you can grow that back. I see a lot of people that cut, like, their hair is probably like shoulder length, and they have a little bit of translucent hair, and then they cut it off and braid it. That is like a really big pet peeve of mine. So if you're just rolling through and you're just like, who is she? My name is Monica. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I specialize in hair care, and I just happen to be a hair braider. Okay. So one of the things that I think is very important for us to understand, separate, separate protective styles from natural styles. So when it comes to protective styles are basically styles that literally protect your hair from the elements, from the heat, from chemicals. That's protective. So check this out. If you sit in someone's chair, you have translucent hair, they're going through the process of giving you a hair analysis or hair consultation, and they tell you need your hair cut, and you're normally wearing braids, what are you going to do? You're probably going to freak out because it's just like they're literally getting ready to cut all of that hair off. They're going to make it right here, and then they're going to braid you up. No, no. So I'm gonna be completely honest. I had a few clients that are like this that have translucent hair. What I went through and we did a trim first, and then I just did braid the hair. So we're gonna braid your hair like this first. The main objective is to get your hair to grow. Let's see what this is. We're gonna do every other week. So when we do every other week, we take your hair down. I'm gonna take your hair down so I can see how much your hair grows within those 2 weeks. So just so you know that your hair is always growing. So if your hair is always growing, when you come back to me, let's see how far your hair is gonna grow. And what I'm gonna do with Malia is she's growing out her sides. She says she don't know, but she's growing out her sides, and she has a half an inch. We looked at it yet Monday. Yeah, we looked at it yesterday. So she has a half an inch of hair. So what I'm going to do is we're going to actually go through a hair growth journey with her because your hair is always growing. It starts with you and how you're taking care of your hair. So if you're not taking care of your hair, the back could be shorter than the front. The front could be shorter than the back. You could have spots going on in your hair because you're not taking the time to, take care of your hair. So one of the things that um, I think is really, really important is just to make sure that you understand that this is you. So when someone is talking to you about your hair, and this is what a lot of people do to me until I have to say, let's talk about a schedule. So when we talk about a schedule with your hair, what does that look like? That's why I want a protective style. A protective style versus a natural style. Like I just feel like we need to start really talking more about that. Like talking about the fact that a protective style, no heat, no chemicals. No heat, no chemicals, no element. So if you decided to get your hair twisted up, your hair that came from your scalp, and you put on your bonnet or your scarf or you wrapped your hair up, you go outside, your hair is protected all around. A lot of people like will wrap their hair up, and then if they're out, if they're not, they're in the house and their hair is like out. I mean that's different. So like I just think that that's important. Like a natural style is your hair, but guess what? Your hair is colored. You didn't have heat on it. You got chemicals. It's coming out your hair. That's just a natural style. It's just your hair. A protective style doesn't involve any type of extensions. I was watching a video of this lady. She has really long hair, and she was talking about she's always wore protective styles because it helps her hair grow. No, when she started talking about what she was doing, she had a healthy routine. She had a healthy habit, a healthy hair care habit that she was doing. She made sure that after 4 weeks, she would take her hair down. She would get her deep condition. She would get her ends trimmed. She was doing all of the things to actually help her hair, right? So if she's doing all of these things and she's like, oh, well, I always, got my braids, I took them down, I left them. That is a healthy hair habit. If you don't have a healthy hair habit, you're going to have a hard time. So let's start here. So let's talk about your shampoo and conditioning. How often do you shampoo and condition your hair? Let's talk about the hairstyles that you like to wear. Let's talk about what you're doing, what you're eating. Are you drinking enough water? Like what are you eating? Because that plays a part in it too. Let's let's talk about how often are you really taking the time to moisturize? How often are you really taking the time to just, give yourself a scalp massage, keeping your blood flowing, circulating in your scalp? because that plays a part too. And your fingers are your first tool. So even if you were just like rubbing your head around, just doing a little night massage, that's different compared to patting your head. Why are you patting your head? Your head itch. Take your hair down and give yourself a good shampoo. Give yourself a good shampoo. I promise you, it will be worth a while. If you're starting like, okay, I really want to start to put hair care into the forefront. What does that look like? What does that look like for you? Are you going to start shampooing your hair on Saturdays? You're going to do shampoo on Saturdays? How are you going to make that happen? I mean, I could just recommend and I could suggest, but everybody's hair, where everybody lives is totally different. I know that a lot of people are like, I want to do a silk press. There's a lot of people that are saying that they're doing silk press and the hair is not silky. And another thing, you cannot have a silk press and then call it a treatment and put keratin in your hair. No, a silk press is a press. You are pressing out your hair. That's it. That's all. Keratin literally a chemical that you're putting in your hair to straighten your hair. It's a smoothing treatment that lasts long. And if you're not careful and you sit in somebody's chair and you ask them for a smoothing treatment and you're thinking you're about to get a silk press and you're trying to figure out what they did to your hair, we have to start using these words correctly because it is very damaging. We have to make sure that we are taking the time to understand what we need gels for. Gel is for styling. It's a particular look. A lot of people may say something about how I braid. So I braid the natural hair. I braid the natural hair. Most of the time I don't use the blow dryer unless needed, right? A lot of people get upset about that because they want their hair straight. But if you want your hair straight and you're always blow drying your hair and I'm trying to grip it just to give you a hairstyle, like you didn't, your hair is dry. Your hair is too dry. So we need to put moisture back into your hair. We need to start actually adding things to it. I've had a lot of people sit in my chair to where it's like, I'm not going to be able to do this. They get upset. They go somewhere else and they get their hair done. And their hair still looks frazzled and choppy and sad. That's not what we do here. What we do here is actually help you get your hair healthy and happy. That's the main objective to do. So I want to say that heat manipulates your hair, and it does. And I want you to understand that. And I want you to start using it as more of an assistant and get some microfiber towels. I promise you, it will change your life. Microfiber towels will change your life. And when I say that, I mean that. So if you are sectioning your hair off section by section and you are taking the time to shampoo your hair and condition your hair and put leave-in conditioning in your hair and you use that microfiber towel section by section, comb, brush through your hair, whatever you do to get your hair how it is after your shampoo day, you will see the difference. There's no need to take that blow dryer. Stretching your hair, like I said that if I got 1,000 followers on IG, I would show how to stretch your hair without using a blow dryer. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave my IG in the description box, and I get 1,000 followers. I'll show you exactly how to stretch your hair without a blow dryer. You will be amazed, and I'm pretty sure you're probably like, what? I've done that before. It's that simple. It's easy. It's really easy, and to make sure that you have the correct products to use. So, really quick before I jump off of here, I want to say this. If you have low porosity hair is when you stand in the shower and you're like in the shower, the water is on top of your head. It takes you a long period of time to get your hair saturated. What I want you to do is I really want you to focus on making sure you put hydration in your hair. So, and it's the winter time, so this is going to be a little bit different. So, this is something that I'm recommending for you. You shampoo your hair, you condition it, put your leave-in condition, you style. Then 2 days go by. I want you to take your hair down. I want you to get a spray bottle of water, just water. Spray your hair down, just like comb it through and just braid your hair up. Make sure that put your moisturizer and everything else on there. Braid your hair up. Then your shampoo day comes around again. That's whatever day it is. So you're giving yourself a whole entire month to help your porosity, to get your porosity where your hair is absorbing that water. I want to say by the fourth week that you do that routine, you should have your hair should be absorbing the water, and you can stand in the shower and your hair will be easier to really absorb that water. So after that, you want to make sure that you keep your routines set in place. You want to say, instead of having that day where you're taking your hair down and you're spraying your hair with the water, you want to make sure that you're taking the time to, like, either comb through your hair and give yourself just a light massage, give you moisture, oils, whatever you'd like to do with your hair. We could talk about that a little bit later, but still every other week. You need to find someone to twist your hair. I wish you were here because I would definitely love to twist your hair. I wish you were here because I would love to twist your hair. It can't be me doing it. It can't be you. Oh, I understand. I guess I understand that. I'm gonna show you my hair. Okay, so don't laugh at me. So this is what my hair looks like. I did it this morning. It was very, very hard. You see my little curls, but I'm gonna wear a twist out. That's why I was. You see the little curls? Oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to untwist it. But this is what my hair looks like. I was crying because this was the first day that I actually took the time to use my arm, because I fell. And yesterday I braided Malia's hair. Oh my gosh, that was hard for me to do. So, like, I took a video of us doing her hair, but I was like, I can't, because I was like, I was in so much pain. Like, I can't. So I'm gonna just take clips. So I've been taking clips of us, and I'm gonna just do a voiceover. I'm gonna probably speed it up real fast so nobody can tell that I'm in pain, and do a voiceover on it. But yeah, and then I have a client tomorrow, and we're probably gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do like a little video, and I might go live. I have to find the mic so I can suppress it, but I might go live when I'm doing his hair. Um, yeah, because his hair is perfect for me. The what I'm talking about, his hair is very perfect for me to just show you exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to, low porosity. So, and I could give you an example of him. So when he came to me, and he's been with me for about a year, he came to me, he had low porosity hair, and his hair was short. So he had, like, his hair was like to the back of his ear. His hair is like to the back of his neck now. We've been together for a whole year. So he didn't grown 4 inches of hair. And somebody said that they didn't grown 4 inches of hair in 3 months. I'm gonna tell you that's not possible. That is not, unless they got some weave in their hair and they're just saying that it's theirs. They got extensions or whatever the case. That's their business. But I literally was like, okay, can you grow 4 inches of hair within 3 months? Can you do that? Cause I've tested. I'm still testing it because I'm just like, well, maybe it is possible. However, the few people that I have been, measuring, it's been about an inch to 2 inches within 3 months. So I'm just like, and everybody is different. Your hair has been growing like crazy. Yeah, I can see it. It's so big. I love it. But I'm just saying, like, I when you're measuring hair, so what I've learned, what I've seen, because you're happy. Because when you're happy and you're drinking water and you're minding your business, your hair grows. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Don't mind me. But okay, so what I've seen is just like just with the growing. So in 2 weeks, I've seen a half an inch. In 3 weeks, I've seen about an inch. In 4 weeks, I've seen just about 2 inches. So I was just like, okay, if people have 2 inches of hair and they're growing, like that's like 2 inches of hair. Can that happen? Is that possible? But then what happens is there's a stage of it. So 1 month is just like, okay, that's a half an inch, but they don't grow. It's not growing as fast. So I'm just like, I need to go back, put my little glasses on, get it together, and start reading. Cause like, there's a stage where your hair is like your hair grows the most. And maybe that's she was just in that stage, and she was like, my hair grow 4 inches, and I'm like, I was giving her the side eye. Now I would say this is what I think in my opinion. She could have been pregnant. She could have been pregnant. She could have been pregnant, and she not saying nothing. Because if you pregnant, you taking them vitamins and you doing all of the things. Them them babies that have you growing hair in places you don't even know existed. Like Malia, when I tell you, I literally had like this pregnancy mask, and I only have one picture when I was pregnant with her because I just did not feel pretty at all. And my daughter is the beautifulest thing ever. Like, but I just did not feel pretty. And I had like this, and I wish I would have took pictures so people could see my skin. It was just so awful. It was just like really, really dark, and it was just like all over my face, all over my neck. I was like this. Maybe menopause. I didn't. I don't know why I keep thinking you're like so young. Mm, maybe that could be. But I'm gonna stick with what I said because you're happy and you're minding your business and you're drinking your water, so your hair is growing. But I just feel like your hair is always growing, especially if you're taking care of it. I'm an old lady. No, you're not an old lady. No, you're not. You're a cool lady. um, so I really think it's important to make sure that you are really giving yourself the opportunity to have a routine. And if you don't know what that looks like, or if you're looking like, okay, I need some more help, I need you to explain to me what is happening. What is happening? Okay, we're adding beauty care into your lifestyle, starting with hair care. So with that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave some things in my description box so that you can take a peek. And those things are just basically my website. I do phone consultations if that's something that you're interested in. They are $45. I do hair analysis. Hair analysis, I do have a discount on it at $65, but that does not include a a style. If you're looking for a style and you're just like, come on, let's go. I trust you. Then a hair consultation is something that you'll want to invest in. I also have a shirt. So if you know anybody that loves t-shirts, or if you love t-shirts, definitely grab you a What Is Happening shirt. Grab it. It's the best thing ever. Malia, can I see your shirt? Yeah, your What Is Happening shirt. Your favorite shirt in the whole entire world. I do. Hold on. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I want to show you the shirt. Ah, hi, baby. Are you being a big boy? Haha, you thought you was coming in here. Okay. Prince was like, I'm coming in here. I don't want you locking me out. He's behind the door. Can you see him? Oh, you can't see. Okay. So this is the shirt. Don't she look just like me? What is happening? And then on the back it says, reflect the fashion beauty, add beauty care into your lifestyle. This, and I told you this is Malia's favorite shirt. So I really am looking forward to coming out with some sweatshirts. I wanted to do that before it got cold, but I wasn't really doing a good job at promoting my shirts, which I'm going to start doing so that I can get the sweatshirts because I want a sweatshirt. And then I have a few people that want crop tops. I'm going to do a special order for the crop tops. So my goal is to actually sell at least um, 10 shirts this weekend or this week. So 10 shirts this week. And they are, I believe they are $45. They're $45 and the sweatshirts are 65. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave everything in the description box when I make this public to the public. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out. If you didn't see the shirt, this is what it looks like. What is happening? Doesn't she look like me? This, I actually really do like this one. There are some other ones that she sent me, but this one reminds me of Daria. So I could be on the Daria cartoon. So don't forget to grab your shirt. Grab your shirt. She being mean to the baby. Okay. So I've covered all my notes. I'm really excited. And just a little fun fact before I go. Always use heat protectant. Always. Just make sure you use heat protectant. Always use it. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, what? Listen, when you go outside in the heat, the sun is beaming down on your head. That's heat. You know how to blur somebody's face out? Blur their face out. Where? Okay. Oh yeah, I probably could do that. Okay. Well, thanks guys. I will see you guys later. I'll probably be back tomorrow in the morning and I'm gonna do some makeup. Yeah. I might be back in the morning. Hopefully I can get up. You know I'm on live, right? They can see you. Well, you guys have a great night. It's fine. And I will see you guys soon.